Hi, I'm Julie Leonard, life coach and happiness evangelist. And this week we're talking about how music makes us happy. I think we can all agree that music brings us so much joy and happiness, and that we can really affect our mood with music. But I'm going to share a bit more about the research that backs all that up and just share some of the general conversation that we had in the Happiness Club this week. Music is a topic that I really wanted to talk about because I just love music. It feels like I have a soundtrack to my life, and as far back as I can remember, I could hear music. My parents loved music. There was always the radio on, there was always music playing. I remember they had a stack of vinyl records with Elton John's Yellow Brick Road, and there was the Beatles, James Taylor. I remember them playing music and their love of music, and that's really been instilled in me. And I remember growing up in the 80s with my double cassette player and listening to all the incredible music that came out of the UK in the 80s and the early 90s, and like what was all the big stars that were coming out of the US. Really, the UK had this incredible music scene. I remember sitting there on a Sunday listening to the top 40 and yeah, recording on my double cassette player, all the songs and making up a mixtape and just loving music. And even now, there's a lovely radio station that we listen to from Italy, and they always play like 80s pop music, and I think I know every word still to those songs. There's so much other stuff I don't remember that's really important, but I remember all the words to 80s songs. And yeah, I've shared so much about growing up and feeling so shy, so insecure, so alone in my own head. And I was very introverted, so I did have friends, but not a lot of friends. And I did feel quite lonely at times. I think I really lost myself in music a lot. But I remember being with my longest friend who I met in the first year of primary school. We used to hang out when we were like 17, and we go down to the shopping mall on a Saturday afternoon, and I started really getting into rock music and buying lots of vinyl. And of course, you'd end up bumping into people that clearly liked the same music. And very soon I formed my tribe. I found my tribe of rock music fans and people that were just so warm and welcoming and great. And yeah, I think it really helped shape an identity for me. I felt I belonged somewhere for the first time ever. And I hold that still in my heart. I absolutely love my rock music and yeah, meeting people that love the same music. And when I lived in Scotland, before I moved here to Germany 7 years ago, I went to so many concerts. I was always out at all the amazing venues that we have in Glasgow, seeing all incredible bands. And I would go like often several times in a month, and I would go to the theatre and all the different festivals that were on. I really embraced music, and I found for me, it really helped me de-stress so much from like the job. I've always worked in this field of coaching. So I used to just go and just de-stress and get rid of all that stress and energy. I felt that it just really boosted my mood. It made me feel so happy. And of course, helped me create these long lasting memories that I can revisit over and over again. Such memories that go back years and years and years of seeing like my most favorite rock bands and just the whole experience with that. And of course, you often go with other people, and that really bonds you with other people. And so just those shared experiences with people that I really care about and the people that I love and the times that we spent together are just such precious moments for me. And then when I moved to Germany, I didn't really know people at the beginning. I didn't know where all the venues were. It's quite challenging to go places, navigating transport and language and everything. And then I had a baby quite early on moving here. So for quite a few years, it just wasn't on the cards to go out and enjoy live bands. But a couple of years ago, I really recognized that a big part of my happiness is enjoying live music, not just listening to music, but enjoying live music. And that really makes me feel alive, makes me, feel part of where I live and just, yeah, just makes me feel amazing. And it's so fundamental to my happiness. And so I got really intentional about it. And I decided that I would prioritize my very precious time and also my money because here in Munich it's actually quite expensive to go and see bands. But that's where I would focus and prioritize my time, my money, my energy going to see music. And I decided that I wouldn't let um, the lack of knowing other people that were into the same stuff as me I wouldn't let that stop me going. And so I got really out of my comfort zone, really pushed myself, and I started going to see different bands in different venues by myself and actually really enjoying it, just loving just rocking up to a venue, getting in, getting my great German beer and watching some of my most favorite bands ever. And here, sometimes there was bands who are really big and I've seen in huge stadiums, but would play here in like really small venues, and that's just been incredible. So you can tell I get really excited about it. I just love my music. And so I really missed that during the pandemic. I really hope we get back to that. Can't quite imagine being in a huge crowd of people again. But I really hope that comes back soon because that just brought me so much joy. Um, so yeah, love to hear your stories, your memories. Please share them with me. Write in the comments, like, what are your memories about music? What did they, what are your best memories around music? What's your favorite music? How does it make you feel? Share in the comments with me more about that. But let me tell you, there's lots of research that backs up what I'm sharing with you and what you experience. And one of the best ones that I saw was actually done just a few years ago by a music company called Sonos. I think they produce like music sound systems. But they surveyed 12,000 customers in 12 countries. So they got a really broad spectrum of participants. And they found that music impacted on four areas of people's lives. The first, as we've been talking about and directly related to what we're all about, was all about mood. And I've got a few stats here I'll share with you. But their survey found that 74% of people said that listening to music reduced their stress. And that 52% said that they felt happier when listening to their favorite song. So, listening to music is one of these tools that I talk about that's incredibly simple to do. And we might not realize it, but I think we actually naturally gravitate towards that. But we naturally use music to change our moods. And so the research backs that up, that it does help to boost our mood. And of course, putting on your favorite song just makes you feel so much happier. So keep doing it. So simple, but has a massive impact on how we feel. But they also found some other interesting information. In terms of fitness, 68% of participants said that listening to music while exercising them helped them to keep motivated. So I don't know about you, but I know for me, like I love going out for walks and stuff, and walking is great. And I like to be very mindful and look around and experience everything. But I know when I've got my music on, I'll walk maybe a bit faster or a bit longer. I'll do an extra loop around the park. It really keeps me going. So music does energize us and motivate us. And they also found that 55% said they push themselves harder during exercise, and that 51% increased the intensity of it. So music's great when we're exercising because it's a great distraction from like what we're doing. Sometimes what we're doing might feel a bit boring or painful, so it helps distract us. But it's also a great stimulator. It really motivates and energizes us. So if you're trying to get fit or you're really wanting, push yourself further and further with your exercise and get the music on, that's really going to motivate you. And something that I touched on already when I was talking about going to live music is that music really connects us with others. I've noticed that having a love of music allows me to enter into that kind of chit chat with people. It allows me to connect with and relate to other people. And my love of music has brought me great friends over the years because we bonded over our love of certain bands or music in general. And it's a way to connect with other people. That popular culture is really helpful for that. But also, this survey, they found that it was a huge number. 70% of participants said that they found other people more attractive when you had the same taste in music. So there's something that makes people more attractive when they love the same music as you. And 76% said they felt more connected to people with a similar taste in music. So when we meet people that love the same music as us, we feel more connected to them, we're bonded to them. And you remember them when you're at a concert and you're with people, how much you just feel so connected with the audience, the people, even strangers around you. You bond more with the friends that you go with, but then you bond with other people around you because you're sharing this experience, you're sharing this love of the music. So that's really, really important because when we feel connected with other people, we feel happier. And when we feel connected with other people, we release oxytocin, the feel good chemical, and that makes us feel even happier. So, very, very important to increase our happiness. And finally, I found that music really increased productivity. So, are you one of those people who loves to have music on while you're working? Do you feel more creative, more productive when you're working? Because the survey also found that out too, that 67% stated that music made them more productive, even more so than coffee, I think. And 76% said that listening to music helped them produce their best work. Sometimes for me, I like to have complete silence to be creative, but I do know that hearing music, like particularly when I'm walking, really fires off my creativity. But many people felt that in the workplace or when they're doing their work, that they were more productive and more creative when listening to music. So that was the research I wanted to share. I thought it was a really great survey. You know, our brains are very wired to receive music, and music seems to go into the part of the brain that is stimulated by pleasure, all those pleasure senses. So that really triggers this feeling of happiness for us. And so, again, this is such a simple way to increase our mood. You know, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling low in energy or low in mood, put on some favorite tunes, dance around your living room, but put them on and listen to it and see how that boosts your happiness. So, as I've said, share with me in the comments your memories, your favorite memories of going to a concert or how music makes you feel. I would love to hear more about it. And again, when I share about me going to concerts, I'm talking about being intentional. So, what I really realized in my life was that there are certain things that make me happy, and music brings me so much joy. You can tell as I talk about it. And so, I decided to get intentional about what was important to me. And that's all part of the intentional happiness circle and the intentional happiness work that I am all about. So there's details below how to join the intentional happiness circle where I take you step by step through how to create a really intentionally happy life. It's a fantastic course, step by step. So I look forward to you joining me. Reach out and I hope to see you in the group. Until next time, bye.